family, back at it again with another day. Yeah, today we're finna go ahead and get some arms out of the way. Cause Saturday we got a really busy day. So yeah, so we're gonna get arms done and then legs tomorrow, and then we're gonna take off this weekend and then start back up next week. That's the regular schedule, of course. Right now we on some lateral raises. We're gonna stick it to like the 37.5s, and then probably next week we go to 40s. Let's see how we feel there. My shoulder's still a little tweak right here, a little bit, but you already know we're gonna be straight. Today we woke up at 210 again. Thought we were gonna touch 209, but I guess as we getting those last little pounds off, it's gonna be a mug to get off. But yeah, let's go ahead and warm our arms up. Get started. So the topic of today is genetics more important than hard work? Or is hard work more important than genetics? And like these controversial topics that are coming around, it's just like there's never no median between the two. But in my opinion, I would say that it's a mixture of both. Like if you don't have one without the other, you're not going to be successful by bodybuilding, at least. If we're talking about that. So let's say you got the genetics, but you have no good work ethic. You're not going to be successful. Like you're going to have all these genetics, great genetics, but you ain't going to be able to beat nobody because you got people who have also great genetics, but also the work ethic, you know? And then also you can have the hard work, but if you don't have the genetics or the structure that you need to beat people on stage or the package you have to bring on stage, you're not going to win either. You know, a lot of people think that because they work so hard that they can beat some of these competitors, but some of these competitors have the work ethic and they have the genetics, you know? So it's really just a mixture of both. Like you have to have the genetics, you have to have the work ethic. If you don't have one or the other, you're not going to be successful. I don't care how hard you work. I don't care how many roids you take. If you ain't got the structure, the insertions that you need that are required for bodybuilding, you're not going to be top 10 is what I'm saying. I'm not saying you ain't going to be successful at all, because hard work does pay off after a while, but most, like you being like a top 10 guy or whatever, it's very unlikely. And it's sad to hear that, but that's just the reality of bodybuilding, because they look for certain things. They look for certain structures and insertions, and if a guy's beating you on those two parts, you can't beat him. He's already beaten. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, a good analogy would be like, let's say if Tom has this recipe for this cake. Tom has all the ingredients for the recipe to make it perfect, while Anthony only has one part of the ingredient. So if they was in a cooking show, who would win from their food tasting good, for their cake tasting really good? It'd be Tom, because he has all the ingredients and everything he needs to make the cake great, while Anthony doesn't. He only has one part. So that's a pretty good analogy. So like, give you like a good grasp of what I mean when it comes down to bodybuilding and stuff that you need to be great at it. So yeah, genetics play a big role, but also work ethic also plays a big role. You know, so you also have Mr. Olympia, Keon. Keon, he has the best genetics in the world, but he even lost. You know what I mean? Because his work ethic at that time wasn't up to par, and he lost to some guys that he know he can beat. So definitely, genetics ain't gonna get you that far. It's gonna get you far, but it ain't gonna get you that far. Like, you're still gonna lose. You're not gonna win. You know? But yeah. Ooh, that's the true reality of being a bodybuilder. All right, we on the red jokes. Three, 4, 5. Shit. Another thing, concept we can talk about is saying that you don't really need a coach. You just need to be consistent. I feel like that's true to a certain extent, especially in my situation where I don't feel like right now I need a coach. But all a coach is a person that just looks over your workouts, make sure that you're progressively overloading, just basically just taking all your words. Now, if you don't know how to do that, I suggest getting a coach to help you get started with everything. But if you already have like a slight understanding of what to do and what you need to do, I don't believe you need a coach. As long as you can hold yourself accountable, be honest with yourself, and do everything you need to do, you probably don't need a coach. But at this moment, now, when we're talking about bodybuilding or powerlifting, once you get to those certain areas, like going to nationals or you win in all these shows and you get into like the real competitive area, then I suggest getting a coach at that point, because you don't want no room for error. Because especially if we're talking about bodybuilding, when you're dying so much, your brain get clouded with like a lot of like body dysmorphia, doubts, and stuff like that. There's a lot of things you can't see because you see your body every day compared to someone that's looking from the outside in. They see all the things that you're working on, and it can just take all that stress away. So once you get higher there, I suggest getting one. I'd definitely get one once I make it to that echelon, upper echelon. But as of now, I don't believe I don't need one, because I can hold myself accountable. I know what to do. I do everything I need to do. Basically, it's just that simple. And it's not that stressful at this point, because it's the beginning stages. And once I hit to those higher stages, I believe I might have to get one. Definitely might have to get one. Definitely. But and when you first start, I don't believe that you need a coach at all, though. As long as you got the foundation there, like progressively overloading, being honest with yourself, and doing everything you need to do, you probably don't need one at the beginning. But as you get more advanced and better, and you start having like a lot of competitors that you have to go against, I suggest getting one once you make it to that part of your lifting journey. Or if you feel like you plateauing or something like that, definitely get one. Definitely help too. You ain't gotta go get the best coach, but somebody that's they know what they're doing, you know? Hey. Woo. Yeah, this morning when I woke up, I genuinely thought I was probably gonna weigh like 209. Really discouraged when I stepped on the scale, and that crowd said 210. That shit made me mad, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, bruh, come on. Like, but I had to like go over like last week's weigh-in check-in list. I'm still on pace to lose a pound at this point. It just was discouraging seeing that. I usually lose a pound on that on Wednesday or Thursday, and I usually hit a new low, something I ain't seen the week before. But I guess we get into that point where our body's trying to hold on to that little bit of fat we have left. And then also another factor can play into it is that I had higher carbs yesterday. I think I had about like yesterday was like a moderate day. Yeah, we only got 200 grams of carbs yesterday. So 166. So that could be another factor too. So we probably hit a new low tomorrow since it's a low day today. So yeah. This morning I tried, so last night I had made my oatmeal and I put it in the refrigerator and let it sit in there. Tried it this morning. It was decent. But I don't like cold oatmeal. Like, it's decent it tastes good on a rice cake. Not even gonna lie to you. But I like my oatmeal hot, I ain't gonna lie. It tastes way better hot. In my fair opinion. But alright, we on some tricep extensions. We're gonna get 2 sets of failure. And then get some tricep push downs. Another 2 sets of failure. And then we're gonna do some preacher curls. We ain't do those in forever. So we're gonna get those done, get a failure set in with those. And then they're on that Stairmaster for the first time during this whole prep. Probably gonna get that, probably do Stairmaster twice a week for the duration of this cut. Just trying to find that sweet point. And then also these videos of Phil Heath and Jay Cutler was talking about it. I'm like, oh, now you motivated me to do it. Fuck. But hey. Woo. Come on. So another thing I wanted to talk about was some people feel like rest days are a waste of time. Are people using those rest days as a crutch to not work hard? And I'm gonna tell you right now, that is so far from the truth. Like what? Like it just depends on what that person's goal is. Like everything is not structured, not objectively structured for each person. Like Bill can be training 3 days a week and then taking off the rest of the week, but Bill's goal is just to come to the gym and have a better lifestyle, whereas you have Andy, who comes to the gym 5 days a week, only take 2 rest days off, but his goal is to build as much muscle as possible because he's trying to become a bodybuilder. And then you have Amy, who comes to the gym 1 time a week, but she's just getting her foot in the door and just trying to figure out everything, but she takes the rest of the week off. Like, it's not that they're lacking work ethic. Some people train 5 days a week and they take 2 days off because that's all they really need. But if they need to take a longer time off, they just need to, based off of whatever their goals are. Everything is subjective. You just have to go to the nit and gritty. You know what I mean? A person that don't work hard, you will never know unless you're there with them. You know, you gotta know. Unless you're their trainer and you see how they work, and they always lazy, then that's different. But if you're just looking from the outside, it's hard to tell who's lazy or not. You know, like who's consistent or not. You know what I mean? Goes back to the conversation we had. People overtraining themselves. You know what I mean? They overtrained themselves. They're not lazy because they took a week off in the gym. They took 2 weeks off. They went too crazy. They either burned themselves out or something. That don't make them lazy. They just overshot a little bit. They busted their whole load in that 1 week. Now they had to take 2 weeks off. That don't make them lazy. They just can't do it. You know? I don't think that makes somebody lazy, but to each his own. But rest days are required. They are a necessity. They're just as important as training. Anything else. Resting is very important. I don't care what nobody says. That's where you build the most muscle. Well, that's where you build your muscle, actually. Go ahead. Who am I? All right, we on some creature curls. We got 2 sets of failure, and then we out of here. Okay, I got it. 1, 2, 3. That's so light. You got 16 on the last one. That first one was so light. We ain't do this in forever. This week I got super strong. So that's it for today, guys. No pose session today, because LA Fitness be tripping about the recording. I really think about canceling his membership. There's no point in coming here. Can't do nothing in here for him. I respect it though. You know? I ain't gonna lie. But it's like, I just want to record, bro. Ain't hurt nobody. But I understand if they rules and policies, so you gotta abide by it. But I'm thinking about canceling it. I don't even want it no more. The only time I come here is just for arms or some cardio or something. Really don't even need it for real. But I don't know. Probably give it like, definitely by the end of this year, I'm gonna be done with it for sure. Just go to Matt House all the time. But yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna be done with LA. Let's just finish this show out. I'm probably gonna finish the show out before I do it, and then end it. There's no point in having it. don't even like coming here no more, or in any commercial gym. I like to go to them hole in the wall gyms for Nine House. You got Marietta Barbell. You got Titan. You got hella other gyms where you can freely record and not have no worries about anything. But I ain't tripping. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. That's it for today. We'll be back at it again tomorrow with some legs. We gone.